Hey everyone, Chrissy here from the Creative Eclectic. Happy Tuesday night. Hope everyone's having a fabulous day. I think I've just zoomed in and I can't get it out far enough. There we go. Rearrange stuff a bit. Hope you're all having a great day. I know I'm having a fabulous day. I've got a new dishwasher today, so I am so excited. Alright. Oops. Just realised I didn't have my mic on. Sorry about that. Okay, start again. Hope everyone's having a fabulous Tuesday. Welcome. Let me just share this live with my groups. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Hope everyone is having a really fantastic day. Hey, Megan. I'm glad you're on tonight because I couldn't remember what I was supposed to be talking about, and so I have you to remind me. That's fabulous. I have got lots of things to show you tonight. So let's start with the most exciting thing. Hey Carol. Who else have we got watching? Hello to the lovely people at Homemade Cards for Seniors. I can see you're watching me too. Okay. All right. Let's have a look here. How are you, Megan? Are you well? I replied to your message. I hope you saw that. All right. So tonight I want to show you some happy mail to start with that I received. So let's just start with this one. So this is a beautiful card that I got from the lovely Anne Lewis, who is a demonstrator. You got something pretty cool in the mail today. Oh, I haven't checked my letterbox today, Megan. Hey Wendy, lovely to see you. Okay, so this is a lovely card from Anne. Look, she's even decorated the inside. Isn't that just beautiful? Pretty peacock and what's the other colour? Lost Lagoon. How lovely is that? I really like that card. I don't have that stamp set, so I might have to go visit Anne again so I can play with that one. Hey. Oh, hi Carol, thank you. I've nearly finished your Christmas hat. Hi Glenda, thanks for watching. Right, so the other exciting thing I got in the mail was this beautiful card. Look at this one. It's got hand embossing, it's got I need to sorry, before we get on to this. So this card had a bit of an adventure. It got posted and the house number was wrong. So, and it's got, it's got embossing on it too. And so it went on a little journey, and when I went up to see Anne, I got it. So isn't that lovely? It's just such a beautiful card. All right, so let's talk about this lovely card. So this is a beautiful card from Megan, and it's got lots of new products on it. It's got some beautiful new paper and some heat embossing, and look at this gorgeous gold thread. And look, she even did a double knot. How good is she? And it's just a little card to say congratulate me for achieving in the top demonstrators in Australia and all my other achievements. So that's so lovely. Thank you, Megan. Isn't it gorgeous? Right, so I've got a bit more happy mail. Now this card here is another really lovely card from another demonstrator, Anna Wheaton, and Anna is on the Gold Coast, and her business name is, or Facebook page is Nudge Nudge Ink, and she sent me this to congratulate me on earning the incentive trip. So thank you so much, Anne. It's really Anna. It's really a lovely card. I really like it. Now this paper, I believe, is maybe on the last chance list. Now today the last chance list got released. So it's got stuff from the mini catalogue. It's got online exclusives. It's got what else has it got? It's got clearance rack stuff, all of those sort of things. Hey, Glenda L and Glenda S. All right, so this is a lovely card as well. Now this is from one of the ladies who comes to Coffee, Cake and Cards and classes, Jenny. And look, it's a fabulous little fold. Isn't it such a fabulous fold? And it's like, it looks really hard. But I was sitting here going, I could do that. But we're not doing that tonight. Maybe in a couple of weeks. Oh, it is on the clearance rack. Thank you, Megan. I knew you would know. All right, so here is another lovely card that I received. Now this is from the fabulous Marnie, and this was to thank us for, and it's just beautiful. Thank us for letting her stay here. Now, I know this card was based on a class that she did with the fabulous Shani Haynes, and that's just lovely. So she put her own little twist on it, but it's beautiful. Oh, maybe Coffee, Cake and Cards. Oh, we could, Carol. That's a good idea. Let's do something like that next week. And then this is a lovely card from my friend Shani. And look at this. And it's not Stampin' Up, but look at how beautiful it is. It's lace and flowers and a fancy edge and lots of inking. So she's and this was to celebrate my anniversary with Stampin' Up. So it took a little while to get here. So yeah, we could do. Okay, Carol, I'll talk to you about that on Thursday. All right. Okay. So this morning my niece Susie dropped over because I bought some pots from her, some Christmas pots, as I do, and I got this. She said, oh, there's a parcel at the front door for you. And look, it's from Stampin' Up. And I wasn't expecting anything. Like it's too big, too small to be my Stampin' Up order. So I have undone the end, but I haven't had a proper look. So I wanted to open it with you. So let's just pull it out. Ooh. So, oh wow. So this is a Stamping Up apron. And look, it's got my name on it. Isn't that amazing? Oh wow, that's pretty cool. I really like that. And I have been eyeing off one of these aprons because when I first became a demonstrator, my upline bought me one of the black aprons that we're in at the time, and she got my name embroidered on it. And recently oh look, it's got a pocket at the top, and then it's got all these other pockets. Oh look. Anyway, and recently the little, on my black apron, the little clasps that go around the neck came undone, and I can't get them back. So oh, it's such a beautiful apron. It's got a little bit of fluff on it. How cool is that? Wow, that's pretty impressive. I'm pretty excited about that. Now, I'm assuming that the people who were the top performers overall got this in the top 10, but it is very special. I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh, we got a little card. And let's say, it says, congratulations on all your hard work in the 2023-2024 Stamping Up year and on the amazing accomplishment of becoming a top performer. We are grateful for everything you do and continue to contribute to the Stamping Up community. Sending hugs, Sarah and Shelley. So Sarah Douglas is the CEO and Shelley was one of the co-founders, and Shelley is Sarah's mum. Isn't that lovely? Wow, that's pretty special. And then we've got a little bag here. Ooh. Let's have a look at this. It's a nice little embossed bag. It feels like suede or micro suede or something. So this is a surprise, so I don't know what this is. Ah, so this is a badge for being in the top 10 for leadership. So I was number 7 for that. And this is one for being an overall top 10 achiever. Well, there you go. Isn't that amazing? What a lovely gift. Thank you, Stamping Up. Now, not everybody gets these gifts. I mean, I've been in Stamping Up 15 years and this is the first time I've got anything like this. So that's pretty special. So I feel, I feel very, very honoured. So thank you to Shelley and Sarah. And that is just so nice. And I can't wait to wear that little apron with pride. I'll have to move all my my pins over to that one. My other one was getting really heavy. All right, so let's talk about tonight's projects. I've got 3, and we're all about using scraps. All right. So we're going to start. Like, you know, when you are cutting up your pattern paper and you get all these 1-inch wide strips left, right? I don't know if you do, but I always seem to. Oh, do I? Oh, and look, I've got a Christmas tree, Glenda. This is actually 3 different coats because you can still see the powder underneath this hand. You can't see it as much under the other hand, but yeah, they had to do a colour and then 2 coats of one colour and then another coat of a different colour. But I really like these. These are my Christmas nails. But good taste, Glenda. All right, so you've got all these 1-inch strips, right? So lots of people keep them around and they keep them around and then I go, oh, I don't know what to do with them, so I'm going to throw them away. All right, so these strips are actually from, let's have a look at it. And I don't know, I haven't actually looked at the last chance list. I've had a really busy day and I haven't looked at anything because I had to do all my work today because I have to go and have an injection in my back tomorrow. So I know that I'm going to lose some time. So this is the paper. It's on the Seasons of Elegance suite and it is on page 25 of your mini catalogue. Hi Jodie, thanks for watching. Alright, so there's lots of beautiful things in this suite. Oh, I didn't know. So, oh, I bought those upstairs too. So I thought, let me show you a way to create with that paper, all those strips. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get a piece of white cardstock and then I've got my base and another coloured layer, right? Alright, so this will work if you're in the US or if you're in Europe or Australia, it doesn't matter, alright? So whatever your card base, your standard card base is, which is either half of an A4 or half of a letter piece, you would make your first layer an 1/8 of an inch smaller, and then this white layer another 1/8 of an inch smaller than the coloured mat, right? Right, if you have a big hole in the centre of that one, that's okay, you can use that too. Alright, so I'm using my white. I've got these 1-inch strips. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab some multi-purpose glue and I am going to take my longest strip, whatever that is, and I'm going to pop it across my cardstock and take advantage of how much of your pattern. So you want to make sure that, so you basically have it, just going to move this up a little bit. My screen's frozen. Oh. You're basically going to have it about 1/4 of an inch up from the bottom and put it on an angle, something like that. Alright, so you might take advantage of using the gold. Alright, so we're going to pop some glue behind that. Now it will go off the edge of the page. Now don't worry about that going off the edge of the page. Okay. We're just going to pop that on. About 1/4 of an inch. And it doesn't have to be exact science, right? Just glue that first piece down. Now we're then going to take our next strip, and it doesn't matter what colour. I'm just going to use, I think I'm going to use this one. It looks like it's got a bit more gold on it. And I'm just going to put it about 1/8 of an inch lower. Okay. Alright, so I'll just pop that on there. Now you just want to make sure that you've got it straight. So you need to make sure you've cut it straight too, like it's trim off any edges. Hi Betty, thanks for watching. And Jodie's watching. I can't see if Jodie's made any comments. All right. Then I'm going to take my green. And again, looking at where, and I've actually put them up a little bit too high, but that's okay. I didn't really want to have white in the corner, but I can trim that down. All right. So it's about an eighth of an inch space between them. All right. Try and keep them straight. If you've got a little bit in the corner like that, just I'm just going to cut a little bit of this red, and I'm just going to stick that on the corner there. Right. And every time you do it, it's going to look different, right? Depending on, and now you can do it with any width of strips. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is on this angle, I am going to pop the reverse side of this one. I'm just going to line it up with the corner. I'll just pop a bit of glue there. Okay. I might have to stand up and do this and I can see the comments. All right, I'm just going to pop a bit of glue there. Line it up with that corner, just makes it easier. Then we're going to use the reverse side of our green, and I think we're just going to pop that here. Right, again, so there's that little gap between them. Now, I think the gap looks better than if you have no gap. All right. And I'm going to use, because this has got lots of beautiful gold on it, I'm going to use that gold there. Just going to chuck a bit more glue on here. And we're using glue because that has a bit of wriggle room. All right. Then I'm going to use a piece of red. Actually, yeah, I'm going to use that piece of red there. And what we're going to do now, I think I've stuck it to my, I've stuck it to my backing paper. I'm just going to take our scissors and we're just going to trim, right? Just going to trim along those edges, trim off that excess. Because we want to use some of that for our next part of our card. Now you can use a narrower strip, like this works really well with really narrow strips. Now just put the bits that don't have glue on them over to one side, because then you know that you can use those. Like I made the mistake of putting glue on the red, all over the red. So this is a really good way of using up lots of scraps, and it doesn't take long. And now, as I said, tonight's all about using our scraps, because I don't know about you, but I have a tendency to oh, I didn't put that in the right spot. I'm just going to wriggle that down a little bit, or maybe it's this one that's not in the right spot. It's this one. I'm just going to wriggle that up a bit. Don't worry too much about it ripping the paper underneath, because it will work out in the end. That's better. And I'll just trim that up a bit again. Yeah, and I tend to have a big pile of scraps, and then I'll go, oh, I have used, like I end up throwing them out because I don't have a use for them. Whereas when I'm coming towards the end of a pack, go, oh, I've got these scraps and there isn't a lot left in the pack, I can make something with that really quickly. Now this one's a bit wonky because there's gold on the other side. I'm just going to grab my my baby wipes, and I'm just going to wipe off the excess glue. Yeah, I know, Megan. You've got to use both sides of the paper. Alright, let's wipe off that excess glue. Try and keep it straight, and then we might just use that little gold bit. Oh, this one. This little gold bit here. And get myself in a bit of a mess. Oh, that doesn't have a straight edge. We can't use that one. Let's use this one. It's got one straight edge. There we go. So there you go. So you've got your pattern. I'm just going to trim those ones off. You could use your paper trimmer, but I'll give you. You don't have to. You just do use what you have. All right. So tomorrow my appointment is at quarter to. I've got to be there at 11:45. That was really hard to get an appointment, a doctor's appointment. Most of them couldn't do it till 23rd of December. Anyway, so that's a whole other thing. All right, so we're just going to wipe off this excess glue here. All right, so we've got our pattern paper. Now, you can see when I did it, I must have moved. So I'm just going to grab my little paper trimmer. Find the straightest edge. So it looks like this is the straightest edge. And we're just going to trim the teeniest bit off. Right, we're going to trim it on all sides, just a teeny bit. so that then it'll all be nice and straight. This is the last edge, so all 4 sides. And that just means that, yeah, it'll be a bit smaller than what you originally planned, but you won't have any white gaps, all right? Oakley dokley. What does that say? All right. Oh, hi Lisa, thanks for watching. All right, so we've got a few people watching tonight. That's nice. All right, so I'm just going to pop this on the front of my card. Center it. So we will do the red on the front of the white first. Now, when you're using the skinny end of your multi-purpose glue, right, make sure you wipe it off after you've finished with your baby wipe. But to avoid getting bubbles, right, on your cardstock, just grab your bone folder and just go like that, right? So what that does is it just smooths it out, right? Then we'll do that with our next layer. Now, if you wanted to put that on dimensionals or something like that, you could. All right. Now it's a little bit off, but we can live with that. Now, you want to decorate the inside of your card. You can do that however you like. I'm just going to trim a bit of this off. I just want about 1/4 of an inch. Oh, let's make it 1/2 an inch. Let's be generous today. About 1/2 an inch. Oh, it's already cut on an angle, so all I'm going to do is just stick that on the inside, because we don't like to have naked insides of our cards. Oh. I didn't even stay on the paper there. All right. Wipe off any excess glue. Whoops. What happened there? Decided to move. So you need to make sure that it's pressed down properly before you wipe it, hey? All right. Now, you can use this. You must be, I know, Jodie. I know, it's... I'm only doing it to keep Megan happy. Alright, I'm using the skinny end of the glue just for this card. Don't expect it for all of them. So I've already die cut some pieces. You can choose where you want to put this. I'm going to put it up on it. And I've die cut a bit of white as well. So I'm going to use a stamp that I just grabbed from the table downstairs, and it is from the Trucking Along stamp set, which was an online exclusive. I don't know if it's still current or if it's on the what's the word? If it's still current or if it's on the clearance rack, last chance rack. Yes, and so yes, this was the Seasons of Elegance paper, and Megan's put the item number in the comments. I'm going to have to start paying her as an assistant. So this little sentiment says, wishing you a festive Christmas. And it's from the Trucking Along stamp set, and I've just stamped it in Old Olive. Now please excuse my dirty blocks. And alright, so we're going to grab some dimensionals, hopefully. I'm just going to, I've only got the edge of the dimensionals, but that's okay. I'm just going to put one, it's one edge. This is from a one of the kits, so it doesn't look like normal dimensionals, but certainly does the same job. Alright, so we're just going to shove that along the centre, pop it in the centre. Now, you might be wondering where these die cuts are from. These are from an online exclusive. It's now still on the online, oh, it's on the list as well. It's the Everyday Details dies. Megan, are these on the online exclusive last chance list too? So it was a bundle when I bought it. So you've got some circles, and you've got some detail, and it's really cute. So it was in the last annual catalogue, and then it retired. So it was part of the Everyday Details bundle, but I just kept it because I like the dies because they carried over. Alright, we're going to pop this up on our dimensional strips as well. And I did have some embellishments. Oh, it's on the list too. Oh goodness. So the last chance list, or last chance products, Stampin' Up doesn't bring out a list anymore, but they do start to offer discounts, and from now until when the mini catalogue closes. Alright, we need a bit of bling on that. So this is with the Seasons of Elegance bling as well. These are called gold textured adhesive backed dots. Gee, try and say that fast. Oh, all the good stuff is on the list. Oh no. Oh dear. Well, that might mean that they're bringing out more good stuff. So I'm just going to take my picture. Right. And just grab a couple of the bits of bling. I'll pop that over here. I think it's about there. I'm doing 5 bits of bling because you can never have too much bling, because this is probably retiring too. Actually, I'm going to move that one down. Just move it down here. So you'll see my bling is all sort of in a triangle. Right. I hope we get a new teacup and pot bundle too. I love the gold in the papers. Thank you, Glenda. So I did this also with the Reindeer Days stamp set. So I didn't have a coloured layer, I just did it on white. And then I also did it with the Traditions of St. Nick paper, which was an online exclusive. It needs some bling on that. Let's quickly put some bling on that. It definitely needs bling. So you can see you can use it however, like, it's a really versatile way to use up scraps, and very much you just have to be a little bit patient and you have to be okay with gluing. Oh. Just going to move that. So, isn't this impressive? I've got samples today. I'm really impressed. I've got samples. I've prepped 3 cards. All right. I'll just pop this one over here somewhere. All right. So there we go. We've got, actually, I'm going to take that little one off. And I had a different thought. Now, did we like that way to use up scraps? So it's really nice with paper flowers. Now, I need to thank Meg from I Teach Stamping for teaching me how to do this ages ago. And yeah, I think it's a really lovely way to use up lots of scraps. And it doesn't matter where you put your sentiment. So same layout, 3 very different looking cards. Hey Leah, thank you for watching. Oh, you've got heaps of scraps, Carol, that's great. Hey Carolyn, how are you? I am so glad you're watching, because I am using a card, I'm creating a card tonight using a card you gave me last year for inspiration, but I'm not doing that straight up. I'm doing one other one first. So we're doing 3 cards. Okay. All right. Now our next card, I don't have a sample of, but you are going to really like it. All right, so when you are cutting card bases or whatever, you end up with lots of little 1/2 inch pieces or 1/4 inch pieces. I'll just put that over there. Now, all different ones. And then when you're doing your die cutting, you end up with negatives, right? Now, when I actually have embossed this, and I inked it up. I'm not sure that I like the ink side, but we're going to use all of these, well, not all of them, but we're going to use some of these scraps and the negative, which normally you would just throw away, wouldn't you? We're going to use those to create a card. All right, so first things first, let's maybe use that side. I don't know. Oh no, we'll use that side. That's fine. All right, so I've just run that through my die cutting machine, and the embossing folder that I used was the dotted circles. All right, I also have another piece of old olive cardstock which I've embossed with the birch wood 3D embossing folder. Now, if you're wondering where this tree die is from, it's from the Merriest Trees stamp set. Okay, so you'll need your card base, a piece of whatever colour you're going to use. We're using old olive, because I haven't used that much this year. And then we're going to be using the negative Old Olive from where I've cut a tree out of. All right. So first things first, you'll need some tear and tape. Well, you can use glue, but tear and tape is just a bit easier. And we're just going to pop some tear on the reverse side, the side that you're not going to see. We're going to pop some tear and tape. I had to think about what I was going to call it. So you can't see it when you turn it over, right? So you're not going to be able to see it. Yes, I think so, Megan. Garden green definitely seems to be the in colour this year. Like even poor shaded spruce didn't get much of a look in. And poor soft seafoam, nothing with Christmassy with that. I was hoping for pinks this year, but anyway, no real nice pink Christmassy. You've got to have pink at Christmas. So yeah, so today I finished setting up my little pop-up shop in my dining room. So when people come to classes, they can get their adhesive, and Steve had finished his making the shelves, and the colour of the shelves are feather boa, which is a really pretty pink. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about having that. I was up very, very early doing that. Okay, so we've got our tear and tape down there and across the bottom. I might put a little bit on the top as well, just in case. Okay. The main thing is you don't want to see it. So if it goes over the edge, you need to sort of fold it back so you can't see it. Okay, so now I'm making this look real harder than what it is because it's sticking to me. Sorry about that. Now we soft seafoam's a silly colour. It is not, Megan. You take that back. All right, so I got all these different coloured strips. So I've got stuff from the snowy scenes. I've got some from the Take a Bow. I've got some from Icons of Christmas. So all different sentimental Christmas. Oh, today's Giving Tuesday in the US, so I'm supposed to remind you that from the Sentimental Christmas paper, Stamping Up donates $4.25 from every pack sold. So just so you know that. All right, so now we've just got to work out. I'm just going to pop a little piece of my pattern paper. I'm only trimming that bit. I'm not going to trim the others too much. Now you're just going to work out what sort of pattern you want it in. So I'm just going to be really random, okay? And I'm just sticking these strips on absolutely randomly. So you just want them to butt up against each other. You can have them overlap, but that's really up to you whether you decide to do that. I do one that's got blue. Now, Pretty Peacock seemed to be a really in colour this year, didn't it? With Stampin' Up. Oh, I should have done that one. Let's see what other colours we can have. Now you can do wider strips as well. You don't have to have really skinny strips. You could, if you had inch wide strips, if you like, you can do this with any die cut it too. So if you've got circles, you've got the negatives of the circles. Actually, I'm not going to do that, and turn that over. Do that one. Yeah, if you've got negatives of circles, use those. You've got any die cut you can use. So you're just going to randomly do a pattern. And it doesn't have to have any rhyme or reason, it just needs to cover the now this might look terrible, I don't know. Well, we're not going to use that bit, that's a bit short. Let's do this one. You just need to cover that cutout section. Okay. Now you can choose not to, I don't know that I like that. Anyway, committed now. You can choose how much or how little you do it. So, and how wide your strips are. You can make them 1/4 inch wide strips. Oh, that's better. All right. So it's very, very random. Okay. You try and get them on straight. If you haven't, you can put them on more of an angle. Like if you're going to put them on an angle, be obvious about it. Like mine aren't exactly straight, so I must have messed one up earlier, or it mightn't have been cut straight. But we're okay with that. Okay, because if I show you that I'm doing it wrong, then you can yeah. Oh, what was that? You wish that Soft Seafoam and Pool Party were on the retiring last chance list. Wash your mouth out, Megan. All right, I'm just going to grab this little stamp from the Merriest Trees stamp set. And we are going to just ink it up in, I will use Old Olive. Just be consistent. Ink it up in Old Olive. I'm actually just going to let it sit on my ink pad just for a minute. All right. Now, I should have my piercing mat. It was on the step, but anyway, to bring upstairs. But yep, we have got a piece of foam we're just going to pop underneath. And I'm just stamping this. We wish you a Merry Christmas in a sort of a tree shape. So that's the inside of the card. Oh, got an ink booger there. That'll be all right. Just pretend that's not there. All right. Okay, so then, sorry Megan, I can't do it again. I'm going to have to use the wide end. We're going to just pop some glue on the wide end. Okay. shoulder and just push it down. Now, if you're using a tape runner and you've got an embossed piece, don't press your tape runner onto your embossed piece. What it does is it presses the embossing out. Use it on the other one. All right. Yes, I know, Jodie. All right. So I've got a bit of linen thread. Don't know how that happened. Let's just cut through that knot there. Alright, I'm just going to wrap. Maybe I'm not. No, I'm not going to put any linen thread on it because if I had more along the bottom, I could put it there. I'm going to grab some dimensionals. Surely I'll put more in my drawer. Got lots of mini dimensionals and black ones. Oh, let's just use the adhesive foam strips. That'll do. Alright, so we're just going to use our foam strips and pop them. I'm getting a little reminder that I'm supposed to go for an MRI tonight, but I'm not supposed to because I had it Friday. But you're just going to pop these, my phone keeps going off. Alright, they're going to pop these on the back. We're also going to pop one right down the centre. Now, the reason I like these foam strips is when you're doing a big area that you need to hold up, you have less backing paper. You're only going to have 4 strips of backing paper rather than 100 little dotty things. Now, you might not like this card, and it depends very much on your paper how it works out. All right, I have just used what scraps I had to show you that you don't have to use the stuff from the same pack of cardstock. So there we go. We're just going to pop that on there. Now I did have, I've got a little star that I die cut earlier, and we're just going to stick that on. Now, when I dry cut it, I should have used, what is that stuff? The adhesive paper, or the sticky sheets behind it. Okay, so I've got a little star. So that is our second way to use our scraps. All right. And I used both ends of the glue that time. I did use, you notice in the last second I used the skinny end, so I do use it. All right. Okay. So I hope you like that one. That's our card number 2. Now, we're going to go a bit over time, but I really want to show you card number 3. And I think you'll like it. I really loved it, and I have been thinking about it for a year, right? Because both Carolyn and Jenny gave me the same card. It even had the same paper, but the paper was laid out differently. So they must go to the same card group. That's all I can say. And I have been thinking about this card, and I thought we really have to make this because it's a very smick Christmas card. Now it is, for me it is using scraps, but you might not have the same scraps. And I just wish I knew where I put the original card that Carolyn and Jenny both gave me. Yeah, the tree does look like it's decorated. That's what I thought. It's just a nice way. Alright, so it's a really nice way to do this. Alright, so let me just grab, so this has got a little bit of cutting. Now I'm not using a standard size card here. I'm using one of the Stampin' Up note cards. And the reason I'm doing this is because it's just easier. Alright, so I've got my note card and envelope. So these are the Memories and More note cards and envelopes. These are the large ones, okay? Okay, now this is the card, well this is my version of the card that Carolyn and Jenny both gave me. And how smick is that? What do you reckon? Isn't it cute? So, yeah, I know that it's not exactly the same as what they did. So I just used the iconic imagery stamp set, which has got all these little, it's got little trees, it's got die cuts and all of that. I'm not doing the die cutting, but we're doing a version of it tonight. And like it's got those little, I used again that Elegance paper, like in the green. But we're going to do it in a different colour this time, a different paper, and make it like, so when Carolyn and Jenny's card, they had another layer, right, of cardstock. And I'm being lazy, all right? I'm being really honest and being lazy. So let's just get started. So the first thing you need to do is you are going to you're going to, I've got these 3 pieces of pattern paper, and they are all 2 inches by 4 1/8 of an inch, right? So it doesn't matter what market you're in, this will work for you. All right, bye Glenda. All right, so what I'm going to do, because it's really hard to get the exact measurement, I'm just going to line my papers up and leave a little gap between each one. Then I'm going to grab my pencil and I'm just going to mark on the white halfway between those little papers. Okay, so now here comes the tricky bit. You're going to cut this front section into 3. All right, and if I can find where I put my paper trimmer up on the floor. Okay, I'm going to cut that front section into 3. I'm going to move all these out of the way. Okay, I'm going to put my paper trimmer the right way. So I know that my, so how I did that is those little marks you've done on the margin or on the edge, I'm going to line, there's a little line on your paper trimmer, right, in the center. And I'm going to line that up and line that little mark up that I made on the edge. So I'm lining that line on my paper trimmer up with the line on my fold on my cardstock, and I'm just going to cut. Alright, so I'm cutting from the fold all the way out. Do we have a big delay? I don't know. Alright, then I'm going to move my paper over again. Now I find it easier to work from my fold to the edge, right? And we're going to cut that way again, right? So you have 3 little bits. Okay, then the next thing you need to do is you need to score from the corner to the fold line. So the easiest way is to grab your paper trimmer, line that corner up with that little gap there, and line the corner of your thing up, and use your scoring blade. If you don't have a scoring blade, use your stylus tool and just score. You can use your stylus tool on a ruler, that might be easier for you. Alright, try and get it right from the corner. So you're going to do that 3 times, okay, on all 3 pieces. Now this is a bit of a longer card to make, and I probably should have done this first, but I'm really excited about doing this one. Now Carolyn will be able to tell me if I am doing this wrong, because she would have learnt a different way to do it, and she probably has all the right measurements and everything like that. I just had to sort of wing it. Alright, so we've scored those 3 lines. Okay. Now the other thing, while we've got our trimmer out, we're just going to grab our pattern paper and we're going to cut it on an angle in half. Alright. Okay, so we'll have, that one goes like that. I'm hoping I did this right. Okay. Oops, that one's a little bit off. And that one's going to go like that. That one's going to go like that. Bye Jodie, thanks for watching, and thank you Glenda for watching. Alright, and we're going to cut this one as well. Alright, I think you need an extra piece. I think that's what I did before. Let me just see. You do. Did I bring an extra piece up? No, I didn't. Yes, I did. I'll just double check. So what did I say? That was 2 inches. So that's about 2 inches, a bit less. It's okay, I'm okay with that. By 4 inches. Now I don't know why this one didn't work the same. I'm just going to cut that on the other side. Now I'm going to put these triangles on the inside of the card. But no, actually I'm not. I'm going to put them I'm going to put them aside and use them later on for something else. Alright, so we've got our paper cut. All right, so you actually need one extra piece to get it to work. I don't know why that is. Anyway, all right, so then I've got 3 little 1-inch circles that I've previously die cut or punched, I don't know. They were just in my stash, and I have 3 circles of the I don't know what that colour is. I'm going to move these and turn them this way. 3 circles of the Granny Apple green glimmer paper, and I'm pretty sure that's on the last chance list. Okay, that's better. Alright, so I'm just going to use my iconic imagery stamps. I'm going to stamp directly onto these little circles. We're not die cutting, we're just being quick tonight. I've got my little Christmas tree. I've got my Granny Apple green. Let me grab a little block. Hi Joanne, thanks for watching. Okay, let's just grab our little piece of foam, put it under. Now the reason we use the foam underneath our did I just lose that piece? Where did it go? The reason we use a foam is because you need some sort of cushioning, alright? I just lost that white piece. I cannot believe I did that. It was just here, it flicked somewhere. Alright, so we're just going to stamp our little tree right in the centre. So if you've got cling mount stamps, so the red rubber ones, they will already have the foam built in. I don't know where I put that other circle. Where did it go? Well, there you go. Well, we won't be finishing that card tonight. Oh, it's not on the list. Well, there you go. That's good. Okay, we're just going to use those 2 for now. And I am going to grab out the, oops, from the iconic imagery. I'll get the right stamp set. I don't know where that little piece of white went. It just disappeared. That's so funny. It was right there and now it's gone. That's weird. Okay. It's not under the foam mat. See? I don't know. That's just odd. I can lose my scissors while I'm holding them. Come on, it's just funny. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get 3 words. And I'm just going to go peace, joy, and love because I think they're nice words. I'll just stick my little stamp on the front there so I know to clean it. And the other ones from the other set, I'll just pop them on the front. Okay. So I'm just going to stamp the word love. And I'm stamping them all in Granny Apple green. Right, like I could have been fancy and die cut them, but I'm not going to. Piece. Well, that looks a bit dodgy. Let's redo that one. That's better. And the last one is Joy. No, that's you. How about I get the right stamp out? All right. I've got a big pile of stamps that I need to clean off. They're still sitting there from last week. Okay. All right. So I've done my stamping. I'm just going to trim them off, and then we're going to grab our Real Red ink pad, and we're going to trim them, edge them with Real Red ink, just to make them stand out a little bit. Okay, so I've grabbed my, I just want to trim them up so that they are nice and even. Okay, I'll just double check. That one's a bit dodgy. We'll move that out the way. Hi Sharon. Your road trip looks amazing, Sharon. Oh, thank you for sharing the photos today. It looks so good. All right, so we're going to just trim this last one up. We're on our third card, Sharon. Tonight is all about using scraps. And so I'm even using a piece of scrap white that I have. I'm just going to trim this one up. We're using scraps, and this last card is about using a note. It's made using a note card and envelope, and it's the reason I'm using that. The Memories and More card and envelope, and the reason I'm using that is because it's a better size to be able to do your calculations with. Yep, and I don't know where that circle of white went. I'll probably find it later. It's probably on the floor or something. Let's just move them out of the way. All right. I've moved as much as I can out the way. Okay, so we've got our little peace, love and joy, and I've trimmed them up. Put my stamping trimmer away. Okay, thanks for bearing with me, everybody. I know this is longer than what we normally do. Well, much longer than last week's. So I'm just going to get this is my Real Red ink pad, and I'm just dipping the edge of my little label on it, and then because I can't be bothered getting my sponge daubers, really, that's what it is. I'm being lazy, and I don't want to use my blending brush because I don't want to risk putting too much ink on. I just want the edges to be highlighted. Now this one needs a little bit more on that top edge. There we go. Alright, it's a pretty simple technique that. So now we're going to start sticking our project together. And we're going to pretend that I have the third piece of white with a tree on it. Wherever that might have gone. I don't even know where it would have gone. That's bizarre. Anyway. So we have, oh, there it is. Well, we found it. Let's quickly stamp that. It was under the card all along. Again, we're using that little tree from the Iconic Imagery set. Now, I forgot to ask Glenda, is it really hot up there today? Oh, Sharon, is it hot in WA? That's a other question. Because it was very hot here today. Hideously hot. Well, more humid than hot. Yesterday when I was at, had a specialist appointment and I had to get in the car, and it took the poor car took 20 minutes to cool down the air. Like the air conditioning was just struggling, and it was parked in the shade. So I don't know. All right. Okay, so now we've got all our pieces. Now, as I said, these are my scrap pieces that I have from doing a project. Now, before I get any further, I want to wipe off any ink off my hands, just in case, because I don't want to get any ink boogers anywhere. All right, so before we scored those little lines from corner to corner, so what we're going to do is we're just going to grab our bone folder and just, now you can put a matching layer on as well. I don't think that you need to, because it's a really impressive card. It's hot and you've had a few storms. We've had lots of rain too, Glenda. Oh, so much rain. Like, a lot of the markets got cancelled on the weekend, like, which is probably just as well, because I didn't really need to go Christmas shopping at the markets. Alright, so I'm just going to start sticking it together. So we're going to do the green. Now I'm lining it up so that it's right on the fold line. Okay. I just want to make sure that I'm going to do a bit of spots. Now don't put the yeah, Megan, I'm ready to move to the snow because it's ridiculously hot. Yeah, our friends in New Zealand, they like my father-in-law, he's in New Zealand and he doesn't like coming to Australia in the summer. It's just too hot for him. But our other friends, they're like, they left today to go to Cambodia and Vietnam, and they love the heat, and they come over here for Christmas. It's like, oh goodness. And they're usually here in the hottest part of the year. But they also do come over in winter as well. So I think they just like extreme heat and extreme temperatures. Yeah. we were lucky, like even though it rained a lot, we didn't flood or anything. Like if it flooded here, like you'd see the ark, Noah's Ark floating around because, yeah, we just don't flood. But a few streets away they do. And where we actually looked at a house just over the bridge, and their street behind their house always floods. We're not moving though, because it didn't have a craft room. If I move, I need a craft room, a nice big one. And I didn't win lotto, so I can't build a craft room. I can't convert my garage into the craft room. One day. Although, if Steve wants to travel when he retires, we might not have a craft room, have an opportunity to craft as much. What would that be like? It would be dreadful. All right. Yeah. Right, so we've got our little pieces on. Like, you could do all the same colour if you wanted to. I just was using the opposite sides because I thought it was a nice change. All right, then the next thing we need to do is we need to put our little words on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to use the sticky strips again. Now you might think this is odd, but we're putting them on with these and they're raised up, and the reason they're raised up is because we want to have something to stop it from sliding, right? So if we put them on these little bits of adhesive foam strips. Now we're going to do the first one, and we're going to go about 1/4 inch in from the about 1 centimetre in from the edge and in from the bottom there. So that's our first one, right? Then we're going to open the second flap. Oh, come on. And pop a bit of adhesive foam on that. Oops, I cut it a bit long. Now, sorry, I'm not using my Stampin' Up scissors, but my hands aren't working properly today, so I actually didn't know earlier if I'd be doing a Facebook Live because my hands were so sore. Let's put the last one on, because all the different changes in temperature, because it gets hot and cold and all that, it plays havoc with people who have fibromyalgia and stuff like that. And we're going to put that one on the bottom there, so you can see I've got those pieces. I've lined them all up on the right hand side. All right, so then we've got our little trees. Again, I'm just going to use this edge bit. Now, you need to be aware that the adhesive foam strips are a different thickness to dimensionals. So if you try and put dimensionals and adhesive foam strips on the same thing, it's going to look a bit wonky. Alright. I'm just going to stick them on my sticky, on my, what do you call it? Glimmer paper. You just need 2 bits, really, just to and if you're having trouble getting the backing off, just press the foam strip in the middle and it'll lift up the ends of your backing paper. Alright, I'm going to stick that one there. I'm going to do the last one. Now you could just stick it on with just one dimensional if you like. I like to be generous. I'm not particularly frugal with these sort of things. Oh, so Glenda, we made the news with our weather. It's not even, Megan, it's not even the hot season, you know. Like, we haven't even got there yet. It's going to be a weird summer. So, the other exciting thing that's happening in our place is we're getting our new fence built next week. So, I'm really excited about that. So I can look out of our dining room window and we'll have a nice fence. We've been trying to get this fence built for ages. Alright, so I'm just going to stick some foam strip on the back of that. I'm only going to do one piece. Alright, and we're going to pop that in the middle there. Now, I think I do like it better when you die cut the little trees, but in the interest of time, that's why we just stamp them direct flat onto the white circles, because no, the white circles were scrapped. All right, so this is, oops, got a rogue bit of, okay, so that is card number 3 with 2-inch scraps of paper. So you can see, you could do it with anything. Like if you, I think the one that Carolyn or Jenny gave me, it had stickers on it. I think that's what it had. I can't remember. I'll have to dig it out. I loved it and I put it in a safe spot so that I could copy it, and who knows where it's gone. So yeah, so see how the little piece Joy and Love, even though they're not die cut, they still sit up and hold those cards up. Now, if you want to write on the back on this card, what I would do is I would put a piece of cardstock on the back. No, cut a piece of cardstock, write on it, and then stick it on the back. That would be the way that I would do it. So this one I did with a standard card, and I really struggled with my measurements. It was much easier when I used the note card and envelope, Memories and More note card. It was much easier to do that. So we've got our 3 very different cards using scraps. So this is the first one again, That's one we made tonight. That was another example. And then that's another example. And then this is a strip scraps. Yeah, I don't know. And the other thing I needed to tell you was there was 2 new kits released today. One is a perpetual calendar, and it is beautiful. I don't know what the other kit was. I haven't looked at it actually. And then the other thing that was released today was some new paper, and it's lovely as well. And it's several years ago we had some really pretty pattern paper, and so Stampin' Up has brought back those designs because everybody loved the designs, but in different colours. So there'll be more information about that on my blog. Oh, thank you, Megan. Cherry Blossom treat boxes. Do they look good? I haven't looked at them, Megan. I just know that they were released, and I just hadn't had a chance to look. Anyway, so make sure you pop in the comments which are the cards tonight that you like the best. And yeah, and if you like tonight's video, please share it with your crafty friends. Like, send them a link. You don't have to share it on your Facebook page, just send them a link in Messenger, and that will... Oh, they're pink. Okay, I'll have to go and have a look at those, because, you know, I'm a sucker for anything pink. Are they pretty in pink, or are they bubble bath pink? Because, you know, that's another consideration. All right, so thank you so much. Everyone have a great rest of the week. If you're in Queensland, stay cool. If you're traveling, stay safe on the road. And if you're in the colder climates like North America and Canada and Europe, UK and Europe, keep warm. And yeah, and until next time, happy creating, and bye for now.